Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome to a video where I'm going to be discussing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, or more specifically the different editions that have just become available for you to pre-order. Every year Call of Duty's been doing this thing recently where you can get special editions, and normally you get one version which is basically just DLC, and you get another version which is all that stuff and some kind of item that you get, like a quad rotor or an RC car, or I think it was a camera last time that you attached to your head. And I think for the better this time, doesn't seem to be that one big item which really ranks up the cost of this. It seems to just be lots of kind of DLC style stuff. You get the soundtrack, you've got steel books and all that stuff. Nothing like overly big, like kind of useless in a way. All that stuff people normally just used it for a first couple of days and just threw it away, never looked at it again. So I want to go over the main things that I think are important or interesting in these different editions and what they mean for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. What can they tell us about the game that's going to be coming out later this year? First thing I notice is the two weapons. Obviously, being a weapons guy, I do weapon guides and so on. The two weapons are definitely interesting to me. I love all the kind of little subtle differences between all the weapons, what makes one gun good at this and bad at that, and which gun suits which game style. So to have a weapon there is kind of interesting to me. A bit of a shame because I don't know if I will be getting one of these editions, so it'd be a shame for me not to be able to use that weapon, and maybe you guys feel the same, like you feel like you're forced into getting one of these just to get that weapon. But I suppose they've got to have something to entice people, and weapons is kind of a good way of doing it. As long as it's an all-round balanced weapon and nothing too overly powerful, I don't think anyone will mind that. Obviously, you've got the Atlas exoskeleton, the Atlas helmet and player card. Basically just camos for your helmet, player card, and camos for your guns, by the looks of it. But the main thing that I found interesting, apart from obviously the remake of COD 4 game map Pipeline, that's kind of cool, nice little throwback there. And I think it could work well with a game like this. From what I've seen, the movement, Pipeline would kind of work. But the main thing for me is the fact that you can get 5 bonus supply drops with one of these editions. 5 bonus supply drops. What does that mean? What is a supply drop? It could be a complete game changer in terms of how we play Call of Duty. It could be something which makes Call of Duty incredible and fun and addictive, or it could be something that actually makes Call of Duty really annoying and kind of spoils the franchise. So obviously you've got things like battle packs in Battlefield 4, you can get camos, XP boosts, iron sights and attachments, stuff like that. And you can also get these in Counter-Strike as well. I think they're called crates in Counter-Strike, you can open them. And another game I suppose that does similar stuff like that is FIFA, where you get the packs for opening players and Ultimate Team and all that stuff. And I think that these will be similar to the Battlefield 4 style. I definitely don't hope they're like packs in FIFA. I feel like that game is spoiled a little bit by that. Like, the game itself is fun, and I suppose I say spoiled, I just mean from a point of it changes the whole game, because I know a lot of people that play FIFA and all they really do is open packs and all they care about is the market, and no one actually really ends up playing the game that much. They end up just doing this kind of weird micromanagement thing all the time, and obviously people have spent thousands of pounds on points, especially younger people who have like their parents' credit cards or whatever, and they just obviously don't respect money and whatever, and they just buy and buy and buy stuff. I really hope it's not like that for this. I definitely hope these aren't things that can be purchased. I think that would massively spoil the game, and I just pray that they're not things you can buy, because I think not only will it spoil the game, but it will just mean that people will be not focusing on playing the game anymore, which would be a shame. So I hope they're things that you just unlock for ranking up and unlock for doing certain achievements. If you think about it, there's a lot of achievements you can do in Call of Duty, like, get 50 kills with this weapon, get 50 kills using an iron sight, get 50 kills using a red dot sight, and obviously all these other challenges like shooting someone while they're in the air and all that kind of stuff. So you could have a lot of different things that would allow you to get a supply drop. Now, I'm presuming what it will be is very similar to Battlefield. I think Battlefield does a kind of decent job with the battle packs. It makes sense. You get stuff in there that's kind of interesting, but nothing too ridiculous. Now, Battlefield obviously has a lot more attachments and camos than Call of Duty. So does that mean we're going to see a lot more camos in Call of Duty? I would probably guess so. I think a supply drop, it's hard to imagine many things other than things that change the look of stuff that you're going to get. Obviously, you could also get emblems and player cards. I don't know if there's going to be emblems, but there's definitely going to be player cards in Call of Duty. So it would definitely highly suggest that. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. You guys let me know. I like camos. I kind of like quite a few camos. But the idea that basically every camo you're going to see isn't going to be something that's earned. It's going to be a camo that they've either found in a supply drop or that maybe they've traded if it has a trade system. I kind of think that, I don't know, that's not quite as cool. Like when I've got that gold camo, that diamond camo, I know I've earned it. I know the guy who's got that gold camo. I know they've earned it. So to have that as a supply drop, does that take the edge off a little bit? I don't know, because sometimes when you see cool things that you really want, maybe you see a camo, you really want it, and the only way to get it is to open a supply drop pack. I'm presuming this is how they're going to work, by the way. Obviously this is completely all guesswork, but if that was the way that it worked, I don't know, I think in some ways I'd find that a little disappointing. So I'm a bit torn about these. I don't know whether I like the idea of these things. I definitely won't like the idea of them if you can purchase them. I think that will massively take away from the franchise and kind of spoil the game a little bit. If they're kind of similar to Battlefield 4, I like that idea because they're fun to open. You can get XP boosts as well like you do in Battlefield, but on the other hand also an influx of over the top amount of camos and player cards isn't quite as cool as ranking up and earning that stuff. It is always nice to earn that stuff, so I'm not sure. I think it's going to be interesting. It could be a complete game changer. I think it could make or break this franchise. I really think it's that important. Obviously I think there's enough microtransactions in Call of Duty now as there is. I hope there's not as many in the next game, but I'm sure they're going to be. I mean, it is a business. They are going to try and maximize profits, but we'll have to wait and see. So let me know, guys, are you pre-ordering the game? Are you pre-ordering one of these special editions? Always, I know that getting a season pass with the game for a reduced price is normally quite a good deal, so I know a lot of people will do that. Or are you just going to kind of wait and see? You have no faith anymore after playing COD Ghost and you were disappointed with that, perhaps. You don't have the faith that Call of Duty is going to be a fun game that you're going to sink time into, so you're not going to go for the pre-order. You're just going to wait and see what it's like and then make your mind up. Let me know in the comment section down below. Either way, don't forget as well to smash the like button. I'd really appreciate the support, guys. Really helps me out and only takes a second of your time. Also notice we don't get a lot of likes to views on this channel. We get thousands of views but only a couple hundred likes. I know you guys could do a lot better than that, and I appreciate that you've watched all the way to the end of the video as well, even if you're here to listen to this message. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. I'd better go do something else productive. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you next time.